Am I wrong for not telling my boyfriend I'm moving out after I found out he cheated? Anyways, you guys, before I start with the video, be sure to subscribe. I've literally been stuck at 1,600 for the past 7 years. So yeah, 2020, yeah, is it 2025? 2025, I want to get to 100K. I know I'm delusional, but I do want to get to 100K, and I never asked y'all to subscribe, so please make sure you subscribe. Anyways, am I wrong for not telling my boyfriend I'm moving out after I found out he cheated? Sorry, this may be long. I, 42 female, have been with my boyfriend, 33 male, for 4 years, and we lived together for 2 years. Our lease is up in a week and a half, and I made the decision to move out after I found out that he cheated on me with his best friend. For context, his best friend, Tina, 34 female, and him were roommates before him and I got together, and before we all decided to move in together. He and I were just friends for 8 years prior to committing. During our friendship phase, anytime she would call and needed him, he would drop whatever and made sure she was all right. I will admit, Tina is not the brightest, and at 34 doesn't really know how to be an adult. She fixes everything with 2 to 3 different guys a week, and it's made easy because of her profession. Not shaming her, just stating fact. What's her profession? What? Over the years, I had some doubts about their relationship, but he always reassured me that they were just friends and I trusted him. 2 months ago, I found out the truth. His behavior had been changing. He was distant, secretive, and I could just feel something was off. Yes, I went through his phone and saw the exchanges. I confronted him, and after some hesitation, he admitted that he slept with Tina. He said it was a one-time mistake. He regretted it and begged for my forgiveness, claiming it didn't mean anything. The texts say different, especially since there were a few texts from the previous day. I went through his phone at like 3 a.m. He really wants me to stay and work things out, but I can't. I feel betrayed and humiliated. I'm also angry because he didn't just cheat. He cheated with someone who lived in our home, shared meals with me, had heart-to-hearts with me, and acted like a friend. They would reassure me about my insecurities, about the closeness of their friendship. It's always the ones they tell you not to worry about. I've already decided I'm done. I've signed the lease for a new apartment, arranged movers, and plan to leave next week. I haven't told him yet, and I don't plan to until I'm gone. Since he goes to work before me, my plan is to pack and move all my things while he's at work. I'll leave a letter explaining my decision. This is where I might be the a-hole. I know he can't afford this place or a new place without me. He's financially struggling, and without me, he's going to have a hard time finding somewhere else to live. But I'm not responsible for fixing his situation, especially after the betrayal. Some friends think I'm justified in not telling him, saying that he made his choices and now he has to face the consequences. My sister, however, thinks I'm being cruel by not at least giving him heads up so he can make arrangements. I don't feel like he deserves my sympathy. He can have my middle finger though. Oh yeah, Tina doesn't live here anymore either. So Reddit, am I wrong for moving out without telling my cheating boyfriend, knowing he can't afford this place or a new place on his own? I mean, he's not your responsibility. He was never your responsibility to begin with. And especially not after he cheated, he can go live with Tina. Top comment, in my opinion, not the a-hole. You said he is financially unstable, and I think you provided this place to him. So basically, you were his provider and his girlfriend, yet he cheated on you with someone else. He isn't your responsibility anyway. He is an adult too. And then OP said, 100% fact. He's not my responsibility. He wasn't thinking about me or his living situation while he was screwing her. He didn't tell me. I found out. He claims it was a mistake but continued to pursue her. Yeah, no, I don't feel like I owe him anything. Well, she definitely absolutely does not owe him anything. Like, did he not know that he was going to be homeless if she found out while he was with other women? Plus, like, go live with her since you want to be with her so bad. What the hell? Am I wrong for not bringing my wallet to dinner with my friend to teach her a lesson? Last night, I, 28 female, went to dinner with a close friend and decided to leave my wallet at home. She has a habit of forgetting hers when we go out, leaving me to foot the bill. I thought this time, if she conveniently forgot, it might finally push her to take responsibility. I felt like I was being taken advantage of, and I was completely fed up. As expected, when the check came, she patted her pockets, rummaged through her purse, and said, "Oh my God, I forgot my wallet. Where the hell is it?" It's the same song and dance every time. I simply responded, "Me too." It was really awkward, and she looked at me with the most disgusted expression I've ever seen. But then I could tell she started to panic. She was upset with me for putting her on the spot, but I was frustrated by her repeated behavior. She told me I was a horrible person for publicly humiliating her. I didn't think it was fair to keep covering for her without saying anything. She was able to use Apple Pay, thankfully, and I could tell she was embarrassed. So, am I wrong for leaving my wallet behind to make a point, or was it necessary to stop? Was it necessary step to address an ongoing problem with that competition? I mean, you guys, I always say this, but honestly, from the bottom of my heart, where do people get this audacity from? Because why would you go out with someone knowing damn well that you're going to eat every single time you want this person to pay for your bill? Like, what is going on? And then she's like, he said, when I told her that I didn't have my wallet, she gave me a disgusted expression. Why are you disgusted because you ate food and now you don't want to pay for it? And you thought someone else was going to pay for it, but they, like, why would you have a discussion? Like, I'm so sorry, but people are just weird. People are very, very much weird. Top comment, she was able to use Apple Pay, so she had a phone with her, had means to pay, so how is this an issue and humiliating or embarrassing for her? That's what I'm thinking. And then OP said my point exactly. So she does have a way of paying, she just doesn't want to pay it. She just wants to use someone else's money. Which, like, people think they're so bright and intelligent. Like, you want to eat food for free because someone else is going to be forced to pay for it every single time because they feel embarrassed or they don't want to confront you. I'm glad OP did what she did because people be doing too much. Am I wrong for cutting off my parents because they plan on leaving almost everything to my disabled brother? My 24 female brother, 32 male, is a failure to launch. He's never been very smart. He did badly in school and never went to college. He tried 2 different trade schools, welding and mechanic, but he basically flunked at both. He works at a gas station right now. My brother and I are our parents' only children. They always treated us relatively equal until adulthood. They always insisted we earn our own way. They refused to pay for college or anything. I joined the military at 17, got an associate's degree while I was in, and my GI Bill went towards my bachelor's. I'm working towards my master's right now. My husband and I have bought a house and have done well for ourselves. My parents, however, fully paid for my brother to try trade school twice. They've given him cash when he was behind on rent and countless loans. They supported him cosplaying as an adult. Meanwhile, they never paid for my education, wedding, or nothing. I don't really care so much that they didn't give me money, but the disparity in how they've treated me versus my brother. Our parents are in their 60s now, and while they aren't that old, they're both in bad health and probably won't live 10 years. They just recently started working on their will and notified us that they were leaving almost everything to my brother, but they want me to be their medical power of attorney, manage their estate, etc. I told my parents to give my brother everything and that I'm completely done with them. They told me to have some grace and understand the fact that he isn't very capable and needs their support even after they're gone. My mother had a doctor's appointment this morning and asked me for a ride since she medically can't work. I told her to ask for, I think she meant like since she can't drive. I told her to ask her favorite child or pay for an Uber. Things have been tense and hostile. My brother called me to apologize and asked me to not be mad at him, but I told him that I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at our parents for not treating us equally, and he didn't do anything wrong. Am I wrong? I mean, is he... Okay, hold on. Let me read the edit. So the edit is, I meant to put disabled in quotation marks. My mother refers to my brother as disabled even though he isn't. She's had him tested for every kind of learning disability there is. He just has a below average IQ, so she thinks that counts as a disability when it isn't. I mean, having very, 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 very low intelligence to the point that you're not even capable of being a normal day-to-day average adult, I feel like shouldn't that be counted as a disability? Plus, like, her brother isn't like someone who's smart but just chooses to be a low life or a bum. From the sounds of how she's describing him, he just genuinely doesn't know what he's doing and he isn't capable of making decisions, and he's just, I don't mean to be rude, but slow. So I don't know why she's too upset. And she said that she's not upset at her brother. She's upset at the parents. But the thing is, why would the parents, since they already know how this man is, and he literally isn't the brightest, not to be rude or anything, why would they leave all that money to him. They should leave at least half or more to OP so she can help her brother out whenever he's down bad. You know what I mean? Why would they leave all the money and all the things that they have to somebody who isn't clearly able to put two things together? Like, I'm sorry, but that literally does not sound like the best idea. And then on top of that, why would you give my siblings money and then you're leaving me with some responsibility? Talking about being what did she say? Something estate agent or whatever the hell it's called, like the power of attorney. I don't want to do none of that if you're not going to give me some money. But, I feel like her parents are wrong. Her parents are very, very wrong. P needs to talk to her parents. She needs to tell them, like, hey, this man isn't capable of doing this man isn't capable of doing anything when you guys are already here. What makes you think he's going to be like, oh, my parents are dead now. Let me, use this money wisely. Clearly, the boy is not capable of thinking wisely. Not to be rude. So why would you leave him all this money? Like, give me half the money and give me his half so I can, give it to him little by little whenever he needs it. But don't be leaving all the money and everything to somebody who isn't capable of, not to be rude. Y'all know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? But yeah, what do you guys think?